New roads, faster broadband and guaranteed flood insurance. Just some of the measures promised by the government this morning as they put flesh on the bones of yesterday's spending review.
To offset the pain of cuts in public services, Chief Secretary to the Treasury, Danny Alexander, announced the intended gains for homes and businesses across the West Midlands. Andy Bevan examines the details.
If this has happened to you, you'll know how difficult it is to get flood insurance. Today, the government promised to step in and subsidise premiums for those in danger areas. But that'll be partly funded by a £10 a year levy on every household in the country. However, the Treasury argues that fewer homes will be prone to flooding because it's also upping the spend on flood defences, £370 million in 2015. 22 schools in the West Midlands will be rebuilt under the Priority Building Programme, and they will no doubt be included in the £250 million of extra investment nationally in superfast broadband. Outlying areas of the Midlands will be brought up to speed either by fixed line or 4G mobile internet. The aim is to have 95% of us surfing at lightning speed by 2017. Of the £100 billion of national infrastructure investment over the next 5 years, hundreds of millions will be spent improving roads. Good news for the constantly clogged up Midlands motorways. Many of the proposals are extensions of what's called managed motorway schemes. That's where there are variable speed limits over the carriageway and the opening of the hard shoulder in busy times. And they include on the M5 between junction 4A where it meets the M42 down to junction 6 at Worcester North, and on the M6 from junction 2 where it meets the M69 to junction 4 at Coles Hill. There are also plans to extend the scheme between junction 13 at Stafford and 15 at Stoke-on-Trent. There's a possibility that the M54, that's the lime green line there, could be linked to the M6 toll, that's shown in light blue, to ease congestion. And there's also talk of a deal between the owners of the M6 toll and the government to ease traffic on the M6 itself. That could result in both motorways carrying toll-free traffic at the busiest times, but agreement on that is still some way off.
We know that congestion on our roads costs this country sometimes in the region of annually something like £1 billion. And anything the government can do to reduce congestion will obviously help boost the economy and boost growth.
To many motorists, though, the most welcome piece of the pie will be the promise of enough money to fix 19 million potholes around the country. But yes, 19 million is a national estimate, even if it does seem that most of them are on your drive to work. Andy Bevan, ITV News.
Well, down the road, our political correspondent Alison Mackenzie has been following this week's big spending announcements in Parliament and has sent her take on developments there.
Is this an announcement about the future economic growth of the West Midlands, or is it more about the politics? The title of the document today, Investing in Britain's Future, proves, say the coalition, that they do have a plan. They're well aware of the criticisms levelled at them for not having put enough investment into jobs, growth, schools, the economy. Labour today, though, say there's not new announcements in this document, it's old announcements represented, reheated in the government microwave. £100 billion, perhaps a tenth of that coming to the West Midlands, sounds a lot, but the date it's for spending 2015 to 2020. What's going to happen before then? Well, a general election. So is it ultimately a wish list, projects that may or may not happen? 2015 will tell. The government says, stick with us. Alison Mackenzie at Westminster for ITV News.
You're watching ITV News Central. Still to come,